Hello everyone, welcome to another maths lesson. What we're going to focus on in this lesson is a distributive law, right? So we're going to look at what the distributive law states. So as you can see here, the A on the outside of the bracket is distributed to each term on the inside of the bracket. In other words, the A on the outside is used to multiply each individual term inside of the bracket. All right, so that's basically the distributive law. What is on the outside of the bracket is used to multiply each individual term on the inside of the bracket. All right, so what if you have subtraction in here? Does the principle change? No. So if you have A times B minus C, then it's going to be A times B plus A times minus C, which can be simplified to be AB minus AC. So when you have subtraction in there, you're going to treat this minus C as negative C, right? So you're not just going to take A to multiply C, but you're taking A to multiply a minus C. So that's just the difference when you have addition and subtraction. Note that the operation between the terms will remain the same. It's still going to be addition, all right? Now let's look at how we use this principle to solve problems, all right? So we're going to look at how we remove the bracket and simplify algebraic expression. So the first example we have here is 5 times A plus B. Now, to solve this problem, we're going to apply the distributive law, which is to take 5 to multiply each individual term, right? How would you state this? You would state this as 5 bracket A plus 5 bracket B. Remember now that this bracket implies multiplication. So in other words, what I have here is 5 times A plus 5 times B. Now we can simplify this. So 5 times A will give us 5A, and 5 times B will give us 5B. So our final answer is just 5A plus 5B. Why? These two terms are unlike terms. They cannot be combined to give one term. So we leave it as such. Let's look at a second example. We are now given 5 times A minus B. Again, we're going to apply the distributive law to remove the bracket, which is to take 5 to multiply each term inside of the bracket. All right, how would you state this? You would state this as 5 times A plus 5 times minus B. Then you're at this stage, you're going to simplify. So when you simplify, 5 times A will give you 5A, and positive 5 times a negative B will give you a negative 5B. So your final answer is 5A minus 5B. Cannot be simplified any further because they are unlike terms. Let's look at a third example. We're given 4 times 2A plus 3B minus C. Now we have 3 terms working with. The principle does not change. So we're going to apply the distributive law, which is to use the 4 to multiply each term on the inside of the bracket. How would you represent this? You would represent this as 4 times 2A plus 4 times 3B plus 4 times negative C or minus C. So you note there that it is being color-coded. The 4 is used to distribute to each individual term. So at this stage, we're going to simplify. So 4 times 2A will give us 8A. And 4 times 3B will give us 12B. And positive 4 times negative C will give us minus 4C. At this stage, we cannot simplify any further because we are dealing with 3 unlike terms. So we leave our answer as such. Let's look at a fourth example. We're now given 2A plus 3a times a plus 2. How do you go about solving this? The same idea. We're going to apply the distributive law to remove the bracket. So note that what is on the outside of this bracket is 3a. So we're going to multiply each term inside of the bracket by 3a. How do you state this? Note that you will keep your 2a because you're not troubling it. And then you apply the distributive law to the bracket where you take 3a to multiply a plus 3a to multiply 2. At this stage, you're going to simplify. So when you simplify, you still keep your 2a. 3a times a will give you 3a squared plus 3a times 2 will give you 6a. Note at this stage, we have what are called like terms. Color code them for you. So I have 2a and we have plus 6a. These are like terms, which means that they can be simplified to give one term. So if we simplify these, 2a plus 6a will give us 8a, and then you write back your plus 3a squared. So your final answer would be 8a plus 3a squared, because at this stage, you have two unlike terms. They cannot be simplified to give one term, so you leave it as such. Let's look at another example. Example 5, we are given 3 times x plus 2 minus 4x minus 2. Now we're going to apply the distributive law to both brackets. So that is step 1, right? Now, how would you represent this? You would represent this as 3 times x plus 3 times 2 minus 4x minus bracket 2, negative 2. So note here, we have a negative sign, so we're distributing the negative sign to each term inside of the second bracket, and we're distributing this 3 to each term inside of the first bracket. Then at this stage, we're going to simplify. So when we simplify, note that 3 times x will give us 3x, and 3 times 2 will give us a positive 6. A negative sign times a positive 4x will give us minus 4x. And a negative sign times a negative 2 will give us a positive 2. So note that the like terms are color coded here. So the x terms are like terms, they are in blue, and the constant terms are in black, they are like terms. So we can combine the like terms. So our next step is to combine the like terms. So when we combine 3x minus 4x, that is going to give us minus x. And when we combine plus 6 plus 2, that is going to give us a plus 8. So our final solution is just minus x plus 8. At this stage, it cannot be simplified any further because we have two different terms. One is an x term, one is a constant. They are unlike. We cannot combine them to give one term. So remember, we only can combine or simplify like terms to give one term. Let's look at another example. We are now given negative 3 times x plus 2 minus 2 times 4x minus 2. Again, we're going to apply the distributive law to each bracket, which is to take this negative 3 to multiply each individual term inside of the first bracket, and then take this negative 2 to multiply each individual term in the second bracket. So how would you represent this? You would represent this as negative 3 times x plus negative 3 times 2 plus negative 2 times 4x plus negative 2 times negative 2. So note here, when we are multiplying by negative numbers, to differentiate the double signs, we just put them in brackets. So at this stage, we're going to simplify, right? So note that when you simplify, negative 3 times x will give us negative 3x. And here, negative 3 times a positive 2 will give us a negative 6. And here, when we have negative 2 times positive 4x, that will give us a negative 8x. And when we have a negative 2 times a negative 2, that will give us positive 4, right? So at this stage now, what we're going to do is to combine the like terms. So as you can see here, the like terms are minus 3x, minus 8x. So one set of like terms, and the others are constant, which is minus 6 and plus 4. So when we combine these like terms, minus 3x minus 8x will give us minus 11x. And minus 6 plus 4 will give us minus 2. So our final answer here will be minus 11x minus 2. It cannot be simplified any further at this stage because we are dealing with two different terms. They are unlike terms, so we leave our answer as such. Thank you for watching and do enjoy the rest of your day.